What is up, world? What is up, world? What is up, world? You are in tune to the Know It All podcast, and you got your usual suspects. Myself, the big homie, Take Boy Fresh. What's happening?
What's up, Mom? What's up, Big G, man? Just, another day in the life of the NFL, man. That's all.
Yes, sir. Big G, I see you holding the bias sign up. You ready to get to it?
We're gonna talk about some bias today, dog. There's a lot of bias across the board, dog. NFL bias, NCAA football bias, NCAA basketball bias, NBA big trash bias. It's a lot of bias.
There's a lot of bias.
A lot of bias. A lot of bias.
No, that's your nickname, the bias one. You know what I'm saying? You definitely use that. You know what I'm saying?
The great and powerful bias one. like the Wizard of Oz, the great and powerful bias.
The great and powerful bias one.
The great and powerful bias.
Hey, G, tell them what they should do, man. Make sure that you guys like and subscribe. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube and Twitch so that when we go live, you'll definitely get those notifications. Definitely, G's telling you, get them algorithms up, man. We got people in the chat already, man. Definitely, we got what is that? Cord Metonymy. He said, now that's the way to play Cleveland Brownies. Danny Littlejohn is in here. Thomas, so much for that SEC bias. Of course, we see you. Afton in the chat. Definitely. We got Tim Lyons here as well, man. He said, ready for the bad defense to make Russell like a starting quarterback. And we're going to talk about it, man. We're going to definitely get into it, man.
That's definitely a bias, dude. That's definitely a bias, dude, right there.
We're definitely going to get into it, man. But we're going to start the show as we always do, just like this, man. And we are back ready to get this thing started like we always do about this time. Look here, man. Oh, my gosh. The brackets are set, and it is time. It is time. It is time. Man, we got the brackets that came out for the college football playoff. It's the first one of its kind. 12-team playoff. I'm excited. We've been asking for a different change in the way that we do things, but man, here it goes, man. Let's talk about it. We have at number 9 and 8, Tennessee versus Ohio State. Definitely have those two playing. We have Clemson versus Texas. Ohio State will be the home team, by the way, and Texas will host Clemson down here in Austin, Texas. Penn State is the home team, and they'll definitely be playing the Ponies of SMU. Notre Dame is the 7th seed and will be playing the 10th seed Indiana Hoosiers. Of course, the 4 byes, I don't agree with this, and we're going to get into this. The 4 byes were Oregon, Georgia, Arizona State, and Boise State. There's some things that I think that needs to be changed. We have, me and G has already talked this out. G, explain the bowl situation for.
Well, after the home initial playoffs, like Mon said, Columbus is hosting one game. Austin, Texas is hosting a game. South Bend, Indiana, with Notre Dame is hosting a game. And Penn State will be hosting a game. They move on to the semifinals where the All-State Sugar Bowl will be a site of the game between the winner of Clemson and Texas will play the Arizona State. The Rose Bowl will host the winner of Ohio State, Tennessee will play Oregon. The Peach Bowl will host the winner of SMU and Penn State against Boise State. And the Fiesta Bowl will have Notre Dame versus Indiana winner to go out and play Georgia. So I think those first initial games by teams playing at home will definitely be a factor. We'll talk about that. But I like the semifinals matches up. These match up as
so
well.
where they playing after that? That was the thing I want you to go with that. Where they playing after that?
The one Final Four game will be hosted in Dallas, Texas, at AT&T Stadium. The other semifinal game, Final Four game, will be at the Orange Bowl down there in Miami. And then the national championship game will be played in the Georgia Dome in Atlanta, Georgia, for the national championship game.
So let's talk about this, man. How do you feel about the playoffs? Before I get in on my take, Tate, how do you feel about this 12-team playoff look, man? How you feeling about it?
He got the big fine, dog. I tripled down with the fine today, boy. I got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 with the fine, dog.
Go ahead, Tate.
I feel like the teams that are deserving got in. I mean, I'm even okay with the brackets. If Boise State won a conference, Notre Dame didn't. Notre Dame want to get home field. I mean, get a bye, get in the conference. You know, so I like to call Gistradamus out for being big wrong. Talking about Alabama gonna make it. That
They should.
Thing.
They should.
Indiana's 1 loss. SMU is 2 losses, better than Georgia. Lost their conference championship to Clemson in a close game. Took a 56-yard field goal to win it.
Okay.
Look, looking at the bracket, to me, look like Texas got the easier route coming from the 4 they got to play the first round game. And Clemson is an unexpected winner of the ACC. And then they go to, after that, they go to who if they win? Who they play?
Hold on.
Arizona State in the Fiesta Bowl.
Yeah,
in the Fiesta Bowl.
Book them in the Final Four. That's what I see right now.
So, Tate, let me ask you a question, man. You don't feel that so because this is one of the things that I feel like. I think 1 through 12 should be seeded. I think they put way too much emphasis on the conference champion, because the conference champion of the Big East, of the Big Ten and the SEC, they deserve it. You know, Oregon definitely deserves it. Georgia definitely deserves it. But boy, then Arizona State, you think they deserve a bye?
Yeah. Boise State went 12-1 and lost by a field goal to the number 1 team in the country and won their conference. Definitely deserve it.
Strength of schedule shouldn't mean anything.
I don't care about that. Won their conference, lost their only game to the number 1 team in the country by 3 points, and won their conference. And got a Heisman Trophy top 2 player on their team.
Okay. All right, G, let me ask you, bro. Let me ask you this question. Do you think that we need to look at changing the rules at all? Do you feel like that the rules are favorable in the way that they should be for the determine a college football champion?
The rules should be tweaked right after the season concerning college football. I think you don't have the best representation of college football season in the current playoff. I understand you had conference champions and guys that won, but when you got a team that's ranked number 16 make the playoff, and teams 12, 13, 14, and 15 don't make the playoff, and they get punished based on their schedule.
Who's 16?
Clemson.
Arizona State.
Arizona State or Clemson. One of them are 16.
But y'all moving the goal. Y'all act like y'all didn't know these rules going into the season, though. Now,
right.
Now you want to change it.
I'm saying they should change it.
I think it should be changed, yeah.
I'm saying moving forward, they should change it. And it should be the top teams make the playoff. See, because listen, this is really what it's all about. The bottom line is the SEC and the Big Ten are punished based on their schedule. If I'm the Big Ten and I'm the SEC, I play 10 conference games, 2 cupcakes until they change the rules. I don't play against nobody. I pick the worst team that I could possibly find, 2 cupcake games, and I play a 10-game conference schedule. I play against myself because you get penalized for playing a strong schedule. You get penalized where other teams, don't get penalized based on playing a strong schedule. SMU finished what, 86 or 68 in strength of schedule?
85th, yeah.
85th. They didn't play anybody. But they're in the playoff. And I understand based on the rules this year. But moving forward, they have to tweak it because strength of schedule, two things have to happen. Head-to-head has to matter. Strength of schedule has to matter. If it doesn't matter, then if I'm in a conference, I play Cupcake City.
Yeah.
I play Cupcake City because it's not equal. It's not equal. The SEC schedule and the Big Ten schedule is not equal to the ACC schedule and Big 12 schedule. It's just not. You don't play anybody.
Yeah.
And SMU and Boise and Arizona State, as soon as they play, are going to lose.
Well,
whenever they play and as soon as they play, they're out of here.
Thomas, I love your comment, man. I think, you're right. When it does, it raises the level of conference play. It does that. And let's let Tate know off the rip. Tate, we agree with what you're saying. We know the rules are what they are right now, and that's not going to change. But after this year's over with, I think we need to look at, you know what I'm saying? I think we need to examine it because, again, when it comes down to it, you might as well play cupcakes. You might well put My Mother Mary of Grace on your schedule. You might as well put, Bowie High School on your schedule so that way you can win and only worry about your conference games afterwards, because it's rewarding a cupcake schedule and allowing you to be in it is wrong to me. I think it's very wrong.
Alabama played a cupcake. They had one
Cupcake schedule?
No, they played some cupcake games. That's what y'all saying.
No way. Alabama had one of the hardest streaks.
Yeah, they had a couple of people. They played Mercer. Yeah, they had a couple of them on there. But they still had a hard conference schedule, and there was still some.
There's already 4 Big Ten teams in there, right?
There's 4 Big Ten and 3 SEC.
3 SEC.
3 SEC. Texas, Georgia, and Tennessee is who made it from the SEC.
You got to put the ACC champ in there. Clemson, they won it. No, Notre Dame was ranked what, number 5 in the country. You got to put them in it.
Yeah. I just think this strength of schedule matters.
It does. If it doesn't, why play it?
Yeah.
Why go down? And we're playing.
We had this argument when it was 2 teams, when it was 4 teams. Now we had 12 teams. We still want to argue.
Yeah, because it's not right. Moving forward, I truly believe that they're going to tweak it for next year. And then after that, we're not even going to have any discussion because they're going to 16.
Right.
In 2 years, they're going to 16 teams. So it's not good. And I really, truly believe that this is going to be the beginning of the end to the ACC and the Big 12.
Absolutely.
For all y'all that don't know, the ACC and Big 12 had a big meeting and left the other teams out of it, conferences out of it, because they possibly will merge together because they see the writing on the wall. The competition, comparatively speaking, for the Big 10 and SEC is not even close.
It's not close. And
the competition is not there.
Again, Tate, can't say you're wrong. We did have this argument, but you have to keep tweaking it until you find the sweet spot. Parody is good. Controversy and people being upset is good for the product to a certain degree. Good theater. Yeah.
That's right.
But let me say this. Arizona State and Iowa State played for their conference championship. There are state playoff games in the state of Texas that had more people in attendance than that game. Do you see what I'm saying? You're putting teams who don't travel well. You're putting teams.
Big 12. They won it.
Okay, but
I have no
problem with it being in the playoff. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that when it comes down to it, number one, we should seat you on your ranking. That's how you should be seated. Number two, strength of schedule should matter. Strength of schedule should matter. Should Alabama have been over SMU? I mean, I could see both ways. I think Alabama played a harder schedule than SMU, so I could see Alabama getting that nod. But I could also see that SMU only lost 2 games and they deserve it. You know what I'm saying?
I got to ask a question. Would you rather have Alabama, South Carolina, Miami in the playoff versus Boise State, Arizona State, and Clemson and SMU? Would you rather have South Carolina, Alabama, and Miami Hurricanes in versus SMU, Arizona State, and Boise State? What I'm just asking the panel. What do you think would have been more competitive?
I think Boise earned it. Like Tate said, they earned it. They lost to the number 1 team in the nation. That's their only loss. They earned it. Although, I mean, they earned it. They played the number 1 team.
All right, so Arizona State and SMU versus Alabama and South Carolina. Who would you rather?
I would have loved to have Alabama and South Carolina in there because now you would have been determining a real champion. Yeah.
Yeah, Tate, which way would you rather have it? You muted, dog.
Alabama and South Carolina wouldn't have won it, just like SMU and the other team you talk about ain't gonna win it.
So you're saying it wouldn't have mattered either way?
Not by the time you get down to 4-2.
Yeah.
I mean, Alabama could have maybe won a first round game. Then what you say, Big G? Hold it up. Adios.
Yeah. So Thomas said it's the same reason March Madness is compelling. Needs to be an element of luck and maximize the entertainment. I got it. Gavin Anthony.
I agree. I agree. Full facts with Tommy. Let me get a full fact.
Gavin Anthony said they should have put the best teams in it instead of giving division winners a pass. Gavin, I agree to a point. Division winners should matter, though. You know what I'm saying? And
you mean conference champions? You mean conference champions
should
matter?
Conference champions should matter. Absolutely.
I don't know. That's where I'm torn.
Speaking on that, should the NFC West and NFC South not get nobody in the playoffs?
Well,
Big
the NFL
division.
The NFL is not the NCAA college. When they move to 16 teams, then maybe we can have that conversation. Because I fully believe, like I said, I wouldn't play against anybody else. Why? If I schedule a hard game and we lose, and that's my 3rd loss, I'm not going to the playoff.
Right.
That it makes absolute. And to switch gears, head-to-head don't matter. Head-to-head doesn't matter. Penn State and Ohio State ended up with the exact same record. Ohio State beat Penn State head up. Why is Penn State ranked in front of Ohio State?
Yeah, that's a
problem. Head-to-head doesn't matter.
That's a problem too. Gavin Anthony said at this point, the Big Ten and SEC are AAA, and the Big 12 and ACC are AA. I would even just say
that's facts.
I wouldn't say but SMU got to fight its chance. They got to punch its chance. It is what it is.
I bet you right now on the show.
Daddy, we're gonna answer that question. We're gonna answer that here in a second.
I bet an hour corner time right now that SMU gets boat raced by Penn State by at least 2 touchdowns. I bet an hour corner time.
Penn State that already.
Blow them out.
I'm taking that bet already.
It's on air.
Yeah,
it's on air. Here's the bet.
I took that bet. No the SMU is going to play that game pretty tough.
They're going to get killed. Listen, Tate, forecast for Penn State. 21 degrees with a 70% chance of snow, and they call it for 6 to 8 inches of snow.
Yeah,
there's no way SMU's going to win.
It's cold for both teams, bro.
Alabama playing in Happy Valley gonna take an L too.
Dog.
It's cold for both teams. It just is what it is. It's
football. Penn State used to it. Penn State
cold for both teams. It's gonna be cold for both teams. Thomas said, "Do you think March Madness would be better if it was just the top 8 teams and they played 3-game series?" No, March Madness.
No, because it's not apples to apples. March Madness is 68 teams, so you can go on a run. This is a little microcosmic size. It's 12. It's going to expand to 16 in a minute, which I think will be the fairest thing.
I think that's the fairest thing, yeah.
At 16, you give 2 teams a bye, and everybody else got to fight it out.
Yeah.
Right? But as of right now, I don't know. The only South team that has a chance to win is Tennessee. They're the only team from the South. that's going to play in the north, that's going to play a team in the snow that's got a chance. Nobody else got a chance.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Alabama, South Carolina, and Boise State are the best of those 6 teams, Gavin Anthony said. Tim Lyons said, I'm glad Bama's out. They lost against bad teams. Yeah, they had a bad one. There he is, Blackstreet. TR. Thomas Riley.
They didn't have a bad loss. They lost to Oklahoma and Vanderbilt.
Oklahoma was trash.
You can argue Oklahoma ain't nothing. They
Oklahoma
got talent, but they ain't have a good season. And Vanderbilt, that was early in the season. That was a good story. But what Vanderbilt finished? They ain't that good.
They finished 6-5.
They finished 6-5.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We lost to Michigan 6-5. What do you mean?
Yeah.
And that's why we the AC.
Yeah, we a 6-5 in a tough conference. 6-5 is actually doing something.
Danny, I got you. I promise we're gonna talk about that here in just a second. Thomas said facts, Tate. So many facts. Oh, don't tell him that. He feels like you know what I'm saying? He's vindicated.
If y'all and nobody else don't agree with me, I know what I'm saying is legitimate.
Did Penn State lose to an unranked Michigan? No,
they didn't play this year. They didn't play. Penn State did not play Michigan this year.
Brother man, to you, SMU should be in the discussion. They should. They absolutely
should not be. They shouldn't be.
They should be in the discussion. They absolutely should.
They didn't win their conference.
They started trending last year and came back this year and backed it up.
Yeah,
they deserve it.
It's not so much that they didn't like. They won their games, right? They won all their games and they lost in the conference championship. That's saying something. So, but I can also see your point with the Alabama discussion. Like Alabama played a harder schedule, but it's either we're gonna throw out the strength of schedule and you just got to win everything in front of you, or we're gonna have strength of schedule matter. And I think strength of schedule should matter.
I'm asking y'all a question. Head up on a neutral field, Alabama versus SMU. Who gonna win?
I'll
take SMU.
No way.
The quarterback KJ Jennings for SMU is better than Jalen Milroe.
He's nice.
No way. Jalen Milroe's a first-round draft pick.
He's not, and so KJ will be too.
No, he's not.
Yes,
that
he
quarter
will.
time on that, he's not a first-round draft pick.
He'll be a first-round draft pick.
That quarter time, he's not going to be.
He ain't coming out this year, but he can be just like your boy down in Miami.
Yeah.
Head up on a neutral field, South Carolina versus SMU.
Now, South Carolina.
South Carolina would boat race SMU.
Don't nobody want to see. They ain't gonna boat race. They're gonna beat them, but don't nobody want to see South Carolina.
Lenora Sellers and them defensive ends would boat race SMU, man.
Here's another question. Black and Gold Standard says Indiana shouldn't be in the playoffs. It's a nice season, but their team's not elite. Indiana's another one that didn't play an elite schedule.
Didn't. They did. How is the Big Ten scheduling was biased? The Big Ten scheduling, Indiana never played none of those other top teams. Penn State played 2 of the top teams and lost to both of them. Ohio State lost to Oregon, the top team, but played all 4 top teams. It was biased in that, and then in that concept. So I'm not saying Indiana didn't deserve it because they had 1 loss, but Indiana didn't play anybody. So their strength of schedule was horrible. So they got to tweak it, man, because I think you're leaving some of the best teams out. I know for a fact, in my opinion, South Carolina, Miami, and Alabama all should have made the playoff. That would have made this playoff, man, like this would have been must-watch TV.
Indiana beat UCLA. They beat
5 wins. 4 wins.
Northwestern.
3 wins.
Nebraska beat down.
5 wins.
Washington.
6 wins.
Michigan State.
3 wins.
Michigan.
6 wins.
Got beat by Ohio State.
Their strength of schedule.
10 wins.
And
10 wins.
But you know what? You know what I'm gonna say right here? They beat Notre Dame. That's my upset pick in the first round.
We're gonna talk about that. Hey, I'm glad you said that. Thomas said, fair point, G. Let's get to these comments and then we're gonna go to commercial. Fair point, G. Number 16 in football had 0 chance of a run of 4 straight. to get a chip, but that can happen in basketball. It's a different game.
That's facts.
Gavin Anthony
That's facts,
said
bro.
Alabama all day this year, hands down. He was saying in the matchup, I would say Alabama over SMU. Quarter Mentonomy said, Tim Lyons said Milroe is as bad as AR. You make him throw, he loses. He might be a fourth rounder. Jalen Milroe's is definitely a late first round, early second round pick in the NFL right now.
I wouldn't be mad if the Steelers drafted him at pick number 30.
Yeah, right now.
Like Jalen Hurts, like we missed on Jalen Hurts, Tate.
Like I was saying, Jalen Hurts way back then
Yeah.
in 19, whatever it was.
Yep, I'd take him too in developing. Sure would.
Danny Littlejohn said,
sign Russ to a 2-year contract and let him learn.
Yeah, I know he's the dog. Clemson one and done. Gavin Anthony said the Ohio State Tennessee tickets are starting from $336 already. He said,
Yeah.
"Oh boy, that game is gonna go up more. I guarantee you those tickets will be in the thousands before
it's a primetime game. It's at 8 p.m. on the 21st at night at Ohio Stadium. They don't get a lot of primetime games. They have the prime time.
Choose not to. They can get them. They choose not to.
Yeah, they're playing at night.
These weather games is overrated. None of those college teams are used to playing late and cold. Remember that the U played in the Big East their glory days and did not have a problem with it. Yeah.
Because the U in the glory days had 50 NFL players. Of course, they ain't had no problem. They had 50 NFL players.
Garbage.
Yeah, and they had 50. Listen, the 2001 Miami Hurricanes.
Best college team I've ever seen is that
2002
team right there.
Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah, my God.
The 1997 Miami Hurricanes.
They
God.
Loaded. They were loaded.
They was loaded.
Corner time that he won't go in the first. If Jalen Milroe comes out this year, Jalen Milroe's a first-round quarterback. Say what you want to say.
Marty said he bet. Are you betting it?
I'm betting the corner time.
There you go.
Betting the corner time. That's a no-brainer.
He's better than Notre Dame quarterback.
He is. He's
way better.
Yeah, and it's a bet, Tim. Yeah, no, he's better. He's better than Notre Dame's quarterback.
Garrett Wilson, 7 catches for 114. Puka in the game is still going. Start the fourth quarter. 10 receptions for 140 yards.
Puka's a dog.
It's just to comment on what we was talking about off stage.
Puka's a dog. He's definitely a dog. He's definitely a dog. Okay, before commercial, which Tate's son already picked his upset, but Tate, what game are you looking at? Danny Littlejohn has asked this question, and I wanted to answer it. What game are you most looking for?
Real quick.
I got you.
First round. The biggest matchup, the two biggest brands is Tennessee, Ohio State. And I'm trying not to be biased because I see Ohio State win that game off 3 weeks rest, getting stuff together, and playing at home December 21st and probably sub-freezing temperatures, probably sub-20 temperatures.
They call for about 26, 27.
Yeah.
26, 27.
So,
right
but
now.
I'm interested in Indiana, Notre Dame for real. That's what I'm interested in.
So you call that upset already. All right. So G.
This is upset.
Yeah, G. And by the way, Tate, I totally agree with you. I had that one already picked. As a matter of fact, let's do it. Let's do it while we got it up here, man. Let's do it, Tate. Go all the way through this thing, man. You got Indiana winning that first game. Who you got? SMU, Penn State.
Penn State.
Okay. And then Texas or Clemson?
Texas.
Ohio State, Tennessee.
Ohio State.
All right. Oregon, Ohio State again.
Ooh, see, if Ohio State can get by that game, then I think they become the favorites. But so I'm gonna let my bias get involved in that. Where's that gonna be?
They playing that game in the Rose Bowl. The Rose Bowl out there in Oregon.
It's like the Sugar Bowl.
No, they playing I'm telling you, Ma put the graphic up wrong. They playing in the Rose Bowl. Oregon or Tennessee, Ohio State winner plays Oregon in the Rose Bowl.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm gonna go Ohio State.
Okay. Arizona State, Texas.
Texas Mobster.
Boise, Penn State.
I'm taking Penn State.
Okay. Georgia, Indiana.
Georgia.
All right. So we got Ohio State versus Texas.
Ohio State. That's to me that's gonna be the chip. That's the chip game.
And then Georgia versus who did? Oh no, we got that one. So it'll be Georgia versus Penn State.
I'm gonna go Penn State, man. If Penn State run like they do last night and their quarterback don't make as many mistakes, Penn State should have won last night. But hey, Big G, I'm gonna agree with you now, man. Your boy, quarterback from Oregon, he's a pro.
Dylan Gabriel.
He's a pro.
Yeah, he's a pro. He's
he's definitely a pro.
He might be the second or third best quarterback in the country.
Can't wait.
Facts.
So you got Ohio State as the eventual champion. All right, G, holla at me, man. Indiana, Notre Dame.
I got Notre Dame.
All right. SMU, Penn State.
Penn State.
All right. And we're gonna by the way, folks, we're gonna put these graphics up next week so y'all can see them because we're gonna hold ourselves to it. Texas, Clemson.
Clemson upsets Texas first round.
Okay. Ohio State, Tennessee.
Buckeyes.
All right. Buckeyes, Oregon.
Oh. Oregon, man.
All right. And then Clemson.
Ryan Day fired? Is Ryan Day fired?
Yeah, after that it's over.
After
that it's over.
So Clemson, Arizona State.
Clemson.
All right. Boise, Penn State.
Penn State.
And Georgia, Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
All right. So Notre Dame, Penn State.
Penn State.
Oregon, Clemson.
Oregon.
And who you got winning it up?
Oregon.
Wait, you got Clemson getting by Texas?
I got Clemson. I got a secret. I know some secrets about that Clemson roster. I got some secrets. First of all, Clay Kupnick, Mod knows this already, played high school at Westlake Carroll High School in Austin, Texas.
Just Westlake.
Westlake. Yeah, Westlake. Dogs. They NFL quarterbacks all over. This is a home game for him. He coming back to the crib. So yeah, I'm picking Dabo to do some things. Dabo said God ain't done with us yet, and I believe him. I believe him. I'm picking Dabo.
Dabo like Jameis saying, "Please, Lord, deliver me from pick six."
Pick sixes.
And I'm riding with Dabo on this one, bro. I'm riding with him. I'm riding with Dabo.
Drinking and smoking. Get that boy pizza.
I picked Notre Dame. I picked Notre Dame to go to the freaking Final Four. How am I drinking and smoking? I got Notre Dame popping Georgia.
All right, so let me run through this so we get to commercial. Ohio State will beat Tennessee. Texas will beat Clemson bad. SMU will beat Penn State. And Indiana will beat Notre Dame. Sorry, Tim. Then we have Georgia versus Indiana. Georgia will win that. SMU versus Boise. SMU will win that. Texas versus Arizona State. Texas will win that. Ohio State versus Oregon. This is so hard, but I got to go with my heart and my gut. Ohio State will beat Oregon. So it'll be Ohio State versus Texas, which I think will be the national championship game, really. I think Texas will win barely, just barely. And then you have Georgia, Indiana. Georgia will win that game. And then Georgia, SMU. Georgia will win that game. It'll be a rematch. Texas has to play Georgia again, third time, and Texas will come out national championships. That's my pick. That's my pick.
I got to ask one question before we go to commercial break. Out of the 12-team playoff, who has the best quarterback? Look at the teams. Who got the best quarterback?
Ooh.
Oregon.
Yep. Oregon. Who got the second best quarterback?
It just depends on what day we talking, man. Quinn could be the second best quarterback on one day and be just a hindrance on another.
So this is one of them secret stats.
I'm gonna stay with Quinn, and I'm gonna be like I'm gonna say Quinn is number 2.
Tate, who the second best quarterback? Because I'm about to hit you with a secret stat.
I'm gonna hit you with the boy from Tennessee.
Nico?
Yep.
All right, secret stat. Last 4 games, Cade Klubnik, quarterback, Clemson. 14 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Okay.
Cade Klubnik.
You said it like you were playing
Cade
somebody. I mean,
he's trajectory, he's playing well.
Yeah,
Cade Klubnik is not to be played with.
Yeah.
And that Black and Gold said it for real. Because if Texas switches quarterbacks and they go to Arch Manning, they will win the whole damn thing.
No doubt.
They will no doubt. They will win
No
the whole
doubt.
thing.
No doubt. I mean, it won't even be close.
No doubt.
It won't even be close.
But Steve Sarkisian might just pee down his leg.
Yeah, Steve is very loyal.
Because he cost them against Georgia because he wouldn't switch quarterbacks.
Yeah, he definitely should have played him more, and definitely should have played him more. And that should have happened in that game. Go ahead, G. Walk us to commercial break, man.
Thanks, y'all, for rocking with us on a Sunday for the KnoItAllz podcast. Wherever you listen to your podcast, audio, Google, Spotify, and on Apple. We'll be right back after we pay some bills. If you're watching us on YouTube, just let us pause for the calls, and we'll be right back with the KnoItAllz podcast.
Tim, that's a great question, man. I think Beck is actually done for the year, bro.
It's adios muchachos from Carson Beck.
I think he's done for the year. I think he tore his rotator cuff. There ain't been no official announcements, but Buddy couldn't lift his arm. He couldn't lift his arm at all. You know what I'm saying?
And Bateman is not good enough. Even though he's an RPO quarterback, he is not good enough to get past Notre Dame.
Well, Big G,
no.
You know what happens in college football. You know, it's this. They sit down on you and they get the clicker.
Bateman is the backup quarterback for Georgia.
Ferguson, ain't it? Something like that.
No,
I don't know his last name.
Botman it's not Ferguson. It's like Botman or something.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
What's going to happen? What's going to happen?
14.
Yeah. What's going to happen is it's always different when a team gets an opportunity to prepare for you, right? So you're going to be prepared. And the one thing Texas did not do,
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
The only one thing that Texas did, they did it one time, and when they did, he threw an interception, and that was just blitzing. You know what I'm saying? And you think this is one and done? Teams are coming for his head.
He got 2 weeks prepared, 3 weeks prepared.
Okay. One more question.
He led them to the win last night.
He sure did.
So we're only gonna get better.
Now, one more question. So y'all said, Tate, you said it goes Gabriel, Nico, quarterbacks. Mod, who'd you say quarterbacks? You said it goes Gabriel Ewers. I said it goes Gabriel, Cade Klubnik. Defenses with the final 12. Who's got the number 1 defense?
Ooh, so let's talk.
Because that's what it's going to come down to.
Let's put that.
It's going to come down to quarterback play and defense.
Yes,
who got the number 1 defense in this final 12?
Texas and Ohio State.
I say Texas and Ohio State.
No, Notre Dame and Ohio State has the best 2 defenses.
I'm looking at players, Big G. I don't care about no numbers. I know Notre Dame lost to Central Michigan, and where they lost to.
Notre Dame got about 7 NFL starters on their defense.
How many Texas got?
I don't know about 7, but Notre Dame showed up.
We got between 8 and 9. We have between 8 and 9, brother.
Big G, how many Ohio State got?
Starters, NFL starters, 11 of 11.
No, I got about 8 and 9.
11 of 11. The only one of the Ohio State boys ain't gonna start in the NFL right off the back is Hamilton, the defensive tackle. Tyleek Williams, Jack Sawyer, JTT, the middle linebacker, Sonny Styles, Espinosa, Burke, Caleb Downs. They all starting in the league. Not first round draft picks, but they all gonna start.
And I got Penn State defense fourth, and probably Oregon fifth.
Yeah, Oregon. Now, I would if I had to rank defenses, I would go
total defenses by stats. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Y'all ready for this? Total defenses by stats. Ohio State Buckeyes are number one.
Facts.
That 10.9 points per game.
That's all they give up.
Right?
They've only given up more than 17 one time all year.
Okay, so listen to this. Ohio State, 10.9. Texas, 12.5.
That's facts.
Second.
What is Big G talking about?
Then Notre Dame defense rough, boy.
Notre Dame is third.
Hey, but they're not number 2?
Yeah, 13.6.
So it's 12.1 to 13.6. What is it?
We take a point, 1.1 points. We allow that much less than Notre Dame. And Tennessee is fourth. Oh, well, hold up. Third, fourth, fifth. Tennessee's fifth at 13.9.
Yeah.
And then Indiana is sixth at 14.7. And then number 8 is Penn State.
Listen, Notre Dame defense rough. That's all I'm saying. Notre Dame defense rough. I wouldn't want to play him. And I think they got something for Georgia.
Yeah,
I think they got something for him.
Yeah. So we'll see, and we'll check it out. Was that your last question, Big G?
Yep, that was it.
Okay. All right, so let's get to it, man. First and foremost, hold on. Let's read some of these comments.
Are we going to get to a break?
We just took one.
We did?
Yeah, where was you at, Tate? You was over there. You're about to get the big missing in action. Where the sign at? Where my MIA sign at, man? That boy was straight MIA.
Well, let's get through these comments. The defense was straight laying wood, meaning they were hitting really hard.
I mean, no diddy.
No diddy. Thomas said, I bet Mannings have told Texas not to throw it on Archer's shoulders at the last minute. Not gonna lie. They could have, Thomas. He said the Georgia Bulldogs backup quarterback got popped at the end of the game. Oh,
he got killed.
Hey, Andrew Makuba almost erased the name off the back of his jersey.
Makuba nice, man. He first round pick.
He did it on a run. He got down to the 2-yard line in crunch time.
Yeah. Let's see. Black and Gold said Ohio State cornerbacks will get smoked versus Texas wide receivers.
I'll bet that if I'll bet that when it show up. Because Isaiah Bond is hurt, but that's another story too.
Running through the jungle, B-Dirt. What's up, partner? He said in total defense, Notre Dame is number 9.
They some dogs.
He said 1 OSU, 2 Indiana, 3 Tennessee. Relly, what's popping, man? Relly's up in here, man. And like say what's up to Claude Bishop. What's up? The Bishop
Dub Life in there too. Dub Life in there.
Dub Life, what's good, man? The Bishop of the Matrix has returned, and he is in here, man. But yeah, I think that's pretty much on our segment on college football, man. I am super excited about the playoffs. I just think some things need to be tweaked a little bit. And then, once I think we tweak it, I think we'll have it and we'll get that sweet spot where we want it, and everybody will be good, man. So real quick before we actually get into football, because I want to get into NFL football like right now, but I just gotta ask this question, man. What is going on with TV viewership in the NBA, you guys? TV viewership of the NBA right now is down significantly. What do you think the cause of that is? Tate has his hands on his face. I think he's finna give us a super intelligent answer. So take it away, Tate.
It's I wasn't doing my Malcolm X on purpose. I just how I was sitting. But no, it's simple. It's too much football going on. I mean, this whole college playoff thing is new and everybody interested and into it. It's probably the viewership for the conference championships probably is up. And you got the NFL, a lot of tight races. A lot of the NFC got about 4 or 5 good teams as they could win the conference by the American Football Conference, the AFC. Probably 3 viable candidates. The NFL is king. We know that. College football just took second place for a longer range of time. Now, when that's over with, early first, second week in January, NBA ratings gonna start to pick back up.
Yeah, and I've heard that even in some arenas, the patronage has went down as well too. Big G, tell me what do you think about this?
I agree with Tate in totality. And the issue is, too, let's talk about ticket prices. It costs, depending on where you're at, what city and location, to go into an NBA arena and watch a game. And if you're going to go watch lackluster performance, guys sit out with low management and all the things that's happening, I'm not paying $200 and $300 for a ticket and get in there and my favorite players ain't playing. But if I go to an NFL game or a college football game, I'll pay that bread. So it's the timing of it as well. After Christmas, we all know that the NBA season starts after Christmas. We all know that. So once Christmas starts, then there's going to be a lot more to talk about. It'll be front and center, but it's going to lag even more this year because the college football playoff. You start college football playoff games December 20th, them boys go all the way to the 2nd and 3rd week of January.
Yeah.
And then right around the same time that the NFL playoffs is happening. So the NBA is going to be hard road to go till about the end of January going into February.
Tim Lyons said, I lost interest in the NBA. Don't even care about it until Seattle gets a team that did.
Seattle deserves a team, Tim. I ain't going to lie. Seattle deserves it.
Oh, my God. Black and Gold Standard said, I'm old school, and I'm sorry the NBA is big trash. Running Through the Jungle, B-Dirt said, great deals on ticket in Detroit.
Yeah, ain't nobody going to Detroit. They like they like the Pittsburgh Pisces. No, before they changed their name, the Pittsburgh, they was the Pythons, the Pittsburgh Pythons.
Yeah, they like them. Or that movie with Will Ferrell and Andre 3000. That's their team. Love Me Sexy.
The Pittsburgh Pythons was so bad, the whole team quit. And they had to have open trials for only Pisces.
Mom played for him.
Bullet bang. Bullet bang.
Dennis said, what's up, Dennis? 1,000% big facts, Big G. And Ronald Blake said NFL has taken over Christmas from the NBA at this point. Yes, absolutely. Taking over Christ Mass, and we having games on there and it's going down. Black and Gold Standard said 40-year-old guys still dominating these weak guys. Dennis Pavlak said facts, Tim.
He said 40-year-old guys. No,
40-year-old guy. He said the Fish that saved Pittsburgh.
Great movie.
Yeah, watched it last night. Wow.
Yeah, wow. But so, the reason why this is big and why this is a discussion is because if the NBA pays salaries off of TV money.
Correct.
And if these TV deals start coming and they're like, hey, we're not renewing contracts, then the NBA is going to take a big hit. It's going to take a really big hit. And I don't know how you rebound from that, because what we've been saying is that football is taking over. It is. They're being great at how they're marketing college football, and they've made college football this big business. And then, like Big G said, the NFL playoffs will start, and that's even bigger business. You don't get any bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? The Super Bowl is the thing. So
the NBA forgot what brought people to the sport.
come on, man.
And what's got to happen is the NBA has to fix All-Star Weekend. If the NBA fixes All-Star Weekend and they rev that dunk contest up like how it's supposed to be, and they keep doing what they're doing with the three-point, and they make the All-Star game worth something, they can help themselves drastically. But until they figure out what they're doing with this All-Star Weekend, because that kills them too. You're supposed to have the momentum from Christmas to the All-Star break. And really, when they get to All-Star Saturday, it's trash. All-Star Saturday,
I don't forget when All-Star Saturday is. If you remember, we on Sundays after football, everybody got home to watch basketball, right? I just think basketball is you like this. Here's my thought. Here's my thought, guys. Chat, tell me what you think, and Tate and G, tell me what you think. My thought is everybody wants to be Steph Curry. You could see 5 to 6 times down the court where people are just jacking up threes and nobody's playing defense at all. There's no type of defense. Nobody's sitting around here trying to play hard-nosed defense, and there's no competitiveness in just a regular game. And used to in the NBA, you saw that. It was competitive. Every time you hit the floor, there was 2 teams playing super hard, trying to win that particular game. And I understand that these guys are the franchise. They're the franchise players on these teams, and they make all of the money. But we want to see competition. We want to, and if that be the case, I saw somebody say, Ronald Blake said, should they shorten the NBA season? If they can't find it,
they can't do that.
Right. If you cannot find a way to make All-Star break compelling again, if you can't find it, this in-season tournament is garbage. Ain't nobody caring about that. Nobody care, but it's garbage. You got this little and you have this little commercial, and they run around and think that somebody's like, oh, you made it look like a movie. Nobody cares. Yeah, nobody cares at all. So there needs to be a rebranding, I think, in the NBA, and it has to happen. And you have to really figure out a way to drive people to get, and maybe, just maybe, Big G, maybe it starts by them cutting their ticket prices in half.
It'll never happen. They're greedy. We're talking about corporate greed. The only way is you got to ramp up the product. The price is not going to change. You got to ramp up the product. They got to make a decision of who's going to carry the mantle after Bron. They have to make that decision. And they got to get behind that person and market him like there ain't no tomorrow. And to be honest, I don't think a player stepped up to that point yet to actually take the mantle over for LeBron. You got to find that guy. Maybe he's on the way. Maybe it's Cooper Flagg. Maybe it's one of these young guys that just haven't took over the mantle. But you have to have it. You got to get behind it. The league was at its pinnacle, Jordan. After Jordan, Kobe. After Kobe, Bron. You got to find your next guy and get behind him and push him.
With Bron, it was Steph.
You got to push. Yeah. You got to find your next guy and push him.
They haven't done that
yet. I don't know. We had an argument the other night. Ma, do you know that Pace said that Jaylen Brown is the number 2 best player in the NBA? That sounds nuts. But go ahead, Tate.
Go ahead. Top 10 for sure.
Go ahead.
For sure.
Go
ahead, Tate.
I'd say he top 15. What?
Facts.
What's the question to me?
Who's the next guy to take the mantle over for Bron?
Who's going to rebrand the NBA?
I think right now it's between 3 players. Luka, and you want to say American player or just player?
Just player.
Player.
Luka, Wemby, and Ant.
So do you think from a marketing, they tried it with Luka, and I don't know if it's been that successful yet.
It hadn't taken yet. It hadn't taken, and
LeBron's still here, Steph's still here, KD's still here.
Yeah. But they got to get their next guy, bro. That, like I said, they did a great job. When it was money's time, they had dog teams. The Lakers and the Pistons were still dogs. The Celtics was dogs, but the NBA got it behind money. When it was Kobe's time, when Kobe and Shaq split, the NBA got it behind Kobe, bro.
I want to be like Mike. And then
when it was Bron's time, they got it behind Bron.
Yeah,
the NBA, they marketed the break shoes off of Bron.
You know what, Black and Gold Standard? I think that may be.
He might be the chosen one.
I think that might be the answer.
He might be because Cooper a dog, man.
Yeah, I think that might be the answer. Well, we started out week 14 with the Packers versus the Lions. The Lions won it, compelling fashion, 34-31. The Lions are becoming a mass unit. They're losing a lot of people, and they're having a lot of different injuries pop off. But the Lions, I think, is the best team still in the NFC. Second game we're going to get to, which is the game that everybody want to talk about. Pittsburgh Steelers 27-14. I'll let you get to it, Tate, because you over there, in the football game over there. So let's get you back here to the cast, to the pod. Talk to me about this Pittsburgh game. Talk to me and give me your thoughts on the Pittsburgh Steelers win against the Browns in a redemption game, 27-14. 27-14.
For viewers that want total assessment and analysis, check out the post-game show on the KnoItAllz channel with myself and Big G. We break it all down. But it was a good enough effort. It was dominant. The offense struggled without George Pickens, but they still managed to put 27 on the board. The defense played well enough. They probably shouldn't have gave up 14. They probably should have gave up 7.
Facts.
But, they had 3 turnovers, some penalties, but they played good. And Russ just cooked in the fourth quarter. He got the pots and pans out, got his seasons out, put the pots on the stove, put the groceries in the pot, season them up, mix them up, got that wrist going. And Russ was cooking.
Russ was cooking. Russ was cooking. And I go ahead, G, before I say anything. Go ahead, G.
Russ made a grilled cheese sandwich and a bag of chips today, dog. Now he wasn't really cooking like that. He made and listen, a handful of grapes. You get a handful of grapes. Your handful of grapes.
And tomato soup. He made it.
No, you ain't got time for all that. He only had time for a toasted cheese sandwich, with a handful of grapes and some bag of chips, and run out of there. That's all he had. That's all he had to do today. He didn't have to cook no full course Thanksgiving meal out there today.
He didn't have to cook that. Yeah. So what else you think, real quick? Quick thoughts.
I think that the Pittsburgh Steelers are, like I've been saying forever, a contender. All those people that was talking all that yak, national press, all the people that watch us on the podcast. Listen, when we did the preview, I told Tate this earlier. When we was talking about games, I kept saying, dub. Now everybody, the back half of the schedule after the bye, dub. We got 4 left. How much more do we got to prove? We got the Eagles, the Chiefs, the Baltimore Ravens, and the Cincinnati Bengals. To me and Tate said it on the podcast earlier. The Steelers beat the Ravens. The division's locked. We got a 2-game lead. We're already beating them head up. The next 2 games are pivotal for the Steelers and get them dubs. We about to get 2 dubs and walk away from this bad baby. And the NFL is on notice. I'm going to keep saying it. I'm not going to stop saying it. We can win it. We can win the whole damn thing. The whole thing.
Yeah, Ronald Blake said the next 3 games will be like a playoff gauntlet, a real litmus test. I think it'll get y'all ready going towards the playoffs. And again, I knew once Russ got control of this thing was going to trend in the right direction. Russ was the answer to me. You know what I mean? He's not going to make a whole bunch of mistakes, and he's going to make sure that he keeps that offense going. And then, Moonball City. You know what I'm saying?
You got a number one defense, number one special teams in the league. Number one defense, number one special teams. I'm not going to say we're a top 10 offense, but we have a Super Bowl winning quarterback and can run the football. That spells winning all day and night.
Yeah.
Especially in the playoffs with that defense. The Rams just converted a 4th and 5 inside Buffalo's 25-yard line, 38-35 with about 3 minutes and 20 seconds left.
Yeah.
They need a tutty. They need a tutty to put them away.
We're going to get to that. Texas is letting me down over here. Black and Gold said the Steelers have a quarterback that's on a mission and wants to get back to that Super Bowl.
Facts. That's big facts.
He want to get back to getting some respect on his name.
Yeah.
I don't know why they disrespected him. He going to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
How can you disrespect the Hall of Famer?
I think he will go to the Hall, especially if he makes a deep run with you guys this year.
The Hall.
He'll go to the Hall. He'll go to the Hall. So the Saints beat the Giants 14-11 in the real underachiever Shador Championship. The Giants are now 2-11 with the Raiders. They're 2-11. That's the. And speaking of which, Tate, I gotta ask you this question. So, Dion, when Shador was winning the Johnny Unitas Trophy in it, whether the Unitas Trophy or the Manning Trophy, which one did he win? I think it was
Unitas, the best quarterback in college football.
So when he won it, he was speaking to the Raiders head coach, and he told the Raiders head coach, "Hey man, draft both of my sons." How do you feel about Shador and the possibility of Shador getting there? Right now, it's just the Giants and the Raiders that are at 2-11. What do you think about it?
How do I see what?
What do you think about Shador going to be a Raider?
Well, I think Antonio Pierce not going to be there next year.
Oh, you think they're going to can him?
What?
I'm going to tell you who's going to be the Raiders coach next year. It'll be Mike Vrabel. But early take. You heard it here first. But the Raiders pick where though right now? They
well, we don't know where anybody is, but they are 2-11.
Okay, I can see them taking Shador, but they can't draft Shiloh.
Yeah, they get Shiloh. Shiloh ain't going to the second or the third round.
Or do Dion go to the Raiders and coach his boy?
Ooh,
no, I don't think it would. I don't think it.
Oh,
but yeah, I can see the Giants being a good fit for Shador. They got Dayball's a good coach at the quarterback and offense.
G, where do you think he should go? Because we've had this conversation, but where do you think he would fit in best? I like him at the Raiders because he has two dog tight ends. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
The best scenario for Shador Sanders is the New York Football Jets. They have all the talent. They have Breece Hall. They have Brennan Allen. They got what? Say again?
You said that's when quarterbacks go to die. That's one of the franchises.
That's facts. My final four, where quarterbacks go to die, but they have all the talent. To me, the Jets are not a quarterback away, but a couple of good decisions in this year's draft from being competitive in the NFC East. So I think the Jets would help AFC East. I think the Jets, but the Raiders still need a running back. The Raiders definitely need a number one wide receiver. So they have a little work they got to fix their offensive line.
Yeah, so I agree with Ronald Blake. It's a horrible ownership, and I don't believe that Prime would let him go there. I don't think Prime would let him go there.
I think you got a choice.
I think Prime would. I think Prime does have a choice where Shador will go. You know what I'm saying? I think he could still mastermind it from the back.
Down.
Puka Nacua.
Again. Beast.
Yeah. But he doesn't have – this ain't the Eli Manning, Bo Jackson, John Elway scenario with Shador. They had leverage. I told you that before. John Elway said, "I'm going to play for the Yankees if you draft me in Tampa Bay." Bo Jackson said, "I'll sit out completely and just play baseball." Eli Manning said, "I can go back to college." Eli Manning went pro as a redshirt junior.
He couldn't go back to college.
He couldn't. They already had it worked out. They had it worked out between the Giants and the Chargers.
Now,
once the Chargers realized that they had Phil Rivers.
Hold up. You do know that when the Chargers selected him, he held up a Chargers jersey, and he did not put a Chargers hat on. Right? So
they had the deal worked out.
The deal was already worked out because he said he said, and I quote, "I'm not playing for the Chargers."
The deal was done before the draft pick. It was just like the Penny Hardaway, Chris Webber deal. Chris Webber was traded before he played a game for Orlando. We knew at the draft, Shaq said, "I want Penny." That's what went down with Manning and Phillip Rivers. It was already done. But prior to entering the draft, old man Manning said, "My son will not play for the San Diego Chargers." He had already said it. And he said, if they pick him, I'm not playing.
Archie Manning said he never said that.
Come on, bro. Come on. The Mannings have more power than anybody in football.
Yeah, I was about to say they had more cachet at that time than Deion got right now. Deion got as a former player and stuff, but Arch be up there with Goodell and Tagliabue at the time, be in the mix of the NFL executives and stuff. That's what Arch Manning was on.
Both the brothers cover the football game with nobody else in the camera.
Right.
No, who does that? The brothers, the Manning boys, they cover the football game with nobody else in the camera.
The Manning boy, I hear that. Dub Life said Prime Manning Sr.
That's facts.
Exactly.
That's facts. He ain't got pulled like that. He got a little bit, but not like that. Who he got pulled with is the Jerry World.
I like this one. He said Shador could sit and go back in the draft situation if that's bad. Missing 1 year as opposed to being on a horrible team with bad ownership. Better to sit out. He has money right now. I totally agree. And there's leverage, sir.
Shador could petition to the NCAA for another year of eligibility because he's a COVID year kid. But the realistic standpoint of it, he's got two options. Petition to the league or go to Canada. And if he goes to Canada, he's never getting back.
Yeah, I think he would sit out a year because he could.
I wouldn't draft him. If I was a GM, if he sat out, I'd never draft him. I'd stay as far away from him as I could because you're about yourself.
No, I mean, who wants to go to purgatory? Like you said, the Jets are a quarterback nightmare. They have ruined 3 of their last 4 quarterbacks.
I agree. But that's why teams build around it. The Jets have a good 53-man roster. It's not bad. It's in the middle of the pack, maybe around 12 to 15, middle of the pack. Maybe a change of quarterback, getting that old man Aaron Rodgers out of there and putting Shador with old boy from the Raiders, Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, Allen, a decent defense, that changes the game. And Shador's a money grab anyway. Let's just be honest. They care about money more than anything. You got the biggest market in the world with the New York Football Jets. He's going to Jets. He might want him to go to the Raiders, but
the Giants is better than the Jets.
The Giants is better than the Jets. And guess what? The Giants have the better chance to get him. Now, I don't think Deion would mind if he went to the Giants because there's a nucleus of young talent that's there as well. And they got some linemen to put around him. But yeah, when it comes down to it, I don't know. I love Shador in Vegas. I think that makes all the sense in the world. I love that. The Dolphins beat the Jets today, 32-26. Let's talk about Tua, man. Tua is on a run right now. 33 of 47, 331 yards, 2 touchdowns. I think he's like since he came back, he has like 11 touchdowns or something like that.
He just can't stay healthy. He can't win below 41. He can't. If it's 41 degrees or below, he's going to lose, and he can't stay healthy. That's his issues. Everything else, okay, yeah. Empty stats. He's an empty stat boy. Tate, he's an empty stat boy. Empty stat boy. That's what he is.
They won today, though.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did. They definitely won today. The Jaguars beat the Titans. The Titans are not in that conversation, but their record, I think, is like 3-10.
Anybody with 2 or 3 wins at this point is in the Shador Bowl because anything can happen going down the stretch.
Yeah.
Nobody got 2 wins. I think the 3 is the number, isn't it?
Yeah, 3. The 2. No, 2 is the number. The Jets. The Giants and the Raiders both have 2 wins. They're 2-11. But the Jaguars have a quarterback, and they're 3-10. The Titans have their quarterback, and they're 3-10. The Falcons.
If the Titans could draft Fedora Sanders or the boy from Miami, they would take him.
That's facts.
What?
That's
You
big,
think?
that's
Will
big facts.
Levis not the answer. What are you talking about?
That's big
So you
facts.
think that they would take Cam, or they would? So would they take Milroe?
No,
That early? Not that early.
no. They would take.
They could get back.
Yeah. If they could get Shador, the teams that's in the Shador sweepstakes is the Cleveland Browns, the New York Football Jets, the Tennessee Titans, the Las Vegas Raiders, the New York Football Giants, and maybe the San Francisco 49ers.
I don't think the
Maybe.
49ers would take him. I don't think the
Maybe.
49ers would take him enough. Titans have a rental, is what Ronald Blake said.
Yeah, what you call it is boo-boo. William Levis is trash.
The second round, so he ain't a lot.
Yeah, that's right. It ain't no big deal.
Will Levis.
He garbage.
Will Levis is big trash, man.
Yeah, he put mayonnaise in his coffee. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
All right. The Vikings won. Sam Darnold is rebounding his career from being started at the Jets. And he is over there 22 of 28, 347, 5 touchdowns. My God.
He lit the
just
boys
went
up
to
in the
work.
second half.
Oh, he went
He
to
lit
work.
them up. He lit them up.
Went to work.
But that's
Yeah.
when you got the number one receiver in the league and a little side, they got the Batman and Robin jumping off over there.
Yeah.
Jordan Addison is Robin.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson is Batman, and
It's
they out there
Batman.
killing them.
They out
They
there
out there
killing.
killing them.
And next week, y'all have these guys, the Panthers versus the Eagles. The Eagles won today, 22-16. Barely got out of there with their lives. Saquon is actually on pace to beat Eric Dickerson's record. That's crazy. Saquon
MVP.
is having a monster of a year. And the Giants should really be ashamed of themselves to let him go. They should be
Right.
ashamed of themselves.
And
For real.
So why would you be Shador and want to go play for the Giants? They garbage. Get them out of here.
Nah, 'cause that market
The market is huge.
is a huge market.
Huge.
They need a quarterback. They got Malik Neighbors, a good offensive line.
They got the defense, the boy on defense. They got a good offensive line. Yeah, they'll be ready. Yeah. Ronald Blake said I could actually see Shador playing in Cleveland
Oh,
with
my God.
Stefanski and that team.
He definitely won't go there.
I think he won't make it.
Hey, listen, I'm still saying Stefanski gonna get fired.
Yeah.
They got Mike Vrabel over there waiting.
Yeah.
Oh, I told you, Vrabel going to the Raiders. If you ask Vrabel where you got a choice, a Cleveland job or you got the Raiders job, you taking the Raiders job.
So we had the Seahawks beating the Cardinals 30-18. The Bears got trounced by the 49ers 38-13. Wow.
Wait. I ain't gonna say nothing about Philly. Philly the best team in the NFC.
They better than Detroit.
They
Not
better.
better than Detroit.
Oh, that's saying a lot, man.
Y'all are gonna beat the brake shoes off them boys this next upcoming week. I mean the brake shoes.
Yeah, but
They're not
in there some of your Philly bias though. So I can
It's
never
not.
say what you say about Philly as the
Yeah,
worst.
we're not going to beat the brake shoes off of Philadelphia. That's going to be maybe the game. Maybe could be the game of the year.
Yeah, y'all gonna beat the brake shoes.
It could be the game of the year. It could be.
Trust me.
It ain't gonna be no brake shoes beating them. 7 or less.
So y'all have to. Here's the formula. If y'all shut Saquon down, which is a big thing, you shut Saquon down and make Jalen beat y'all 2 interceptions.
Who said it already, Big G?
You did.
Yeah.
But Ma, you slipping on the
2
Philadelphia
interceptions.
Eagles. You slipping on the Philadelphia Eagles defense.
2 interceptions.
The Philadelphia Eagles have a very good defense.
George Pickens will eat them boys for alive.
We just hoping George Pickens is available.
He's gonna fillet them boys.
Prayer hands for that boy and availability.
Take the knife out and fillet them like they was some salmon. So 38-13.
That's biased. I ain't buying it. That's Tate. I call bias on him. That's biased.
Yeah, his dislike for Philly is more involved in that pick because they the best team in its current circumstances. Detroit got a lot of people hurt. Philly healthy minus Goddard. So, I mean, Philly better receivers. A.J.
Facts.
Brown and Smith is better than the combo at Detroit. They better.
Running back, they ain't got the running back. They ain't got the second running backs.
Nah, but look what Saquon doing though. He on a record.
Yeah, he's a killer.
So
He's a killer.
you got to get the check to Philly at the running back position. Yeah, Detroit got 2 dogs, but Philly got the dog.
That's facts. That's facts.
Offensive
Quarterback
line,
though, I give Jared Goff.
Offensive line, they both good.
I give Detroit the better offensive line. Philly's offensive line is good though.
If Detroit line is say 2 or 3, Philly is 4 or 5. They right there.
I agree.
Yeah.
Better
Jared
quarterback
Goff.
is Jared Goff.
What you say?
Better
Jared Goff
quarterback
better.
is Jared Goff.
Well, they both don't want about the same. We're talking about winning.
Jared,
Jalen Hurts ain't had no 5-pick game.
Never.
None.
Jalen Hurts has never had a 3-pick game.
I'm saying this year. I'm talking about recently, what I've seen with my own eyes recently.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts has never had a 3-pick game.
Down goes to Philly.
Yeah.
Dennis says, has anyone checked on pay?
No, because Tate, he gonna be talking about he had 100. He gonna be talking about he had 100-something yards and 2 touchdowns. After the game was 38 to freaking nothing or whatever it was, they beat the brake shoes off of them boys. Chicago is trash.
He said
He got empty numbers, man.
History not good on this trip, Philly, but I'm gonna hope anyway. And he said 65 was a good year. The Bills did win and score a touchdown, and it would be 42.
The Buffalo just
44.
won?
No, they just scored a touchdown.
It's 44-41. Buffalo got 2 timeouts. They got to try the onside kick.
Yeah,
so the Rams gonna win.
Yeah,
the Rams going to win.
But Caleb Williams, 17, 23, 134, 2 touchdowns. Brock Purdy, 20 of 25, 325 and 2 touchdowns. George Kittle just went off today. Him and Juwan Jennings. Juwan Jennings had 2 touchdowns today. Last but not least, we have.
Hey, are you off the Caleb Williams bandwagon yet?
No, he's a new coach and new system going there. He still got talent, Big G.
Okay, so we're there on that. Big G. The Rams are winning right now, 44 to 41. Did they get the extra point?
Man, Josh Allen got 3 pass TDs and 3 rush TDs. I hope I ain't play him in fantasy.
Oh my God,
man! I ain't got my phone. My phone battery died, man. I want to make sure. Who played Josh Allen today? Somebody took a big L, dog.
Big L, dog.
That boy got about 65 fantasy points.
And then the last game tonight, the last game of the night is going to be the Chargers and the Chiefs. Who you got on that game, Big G?
The Chargers.
Got the Chargers?
Right, Chargers. He got 63 points. And you are playing.
60. I am playing him?
Yeah, you playing Andre.
I got killed. I probably had a decent day today, but no way.
Tate,
you scored 113. You got the lowest points in the league, Big G.
Tate, who you got in this game? The Chargers and the Chiefs.
Oh man, the Chiefs at home. If J.K. Dobbins won't hurt, I give the Chargers a better chance. But hey, Justin Herbert can come in and shock some people. But I'm gonna go with the Chiefs and root for the Chargers.
Yeah, Chiefs 20 to 17. Mr. Woodside, what's popping, sir?
I think Bosa and Khalil Mack get a little strange with my homeboy tonight. I think they're gonna get a little strange with him.
Yes, sir. Quarter Matanomy, he is out tonight.
Who's out?
Jake
Dobbins.
Oh yeah, he on IR, ain't he, Big G?
Yeah,
I think 4 games.
He's on IR. The Bengals and the Cowboys are tomorrow night. Yeah, I what you guys think about this one?
The Cowboys is playing for their playoff lives, but the issue is, can the Cowboys score 30? If they can score 30, they in it. If they can't get 30, they're gonna lose. Because Cincinnati going to get 30.
The Cowboys better do is slow the game down and lean on Rico Dowdell again.
Yeah.
Do you actually think, because everybody's back for the Cowboys defensively. You got Diggs, you got Bland.
It don't matter.
Everybody's back except Tank Lawrence.
We had everybody playing last week. They scored 38.
It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. They're gonna get the Bengals getting 30 points.
They put 38 on our head.
Quick, fast, in a hurry.
We had to score 44 to win the game.
Yeah, they go 30 plus in the bank for the Bengals. Nobody can stop them, bro. They got too many weapons.
Okay.
Too many.
All I know is I don't have an opinion on this game. I do know that we won the last meeting in the same place. That don't matter this year. It's been some stuff, but we are playing for playoff lives, and it just depends. If I think if Dallas slow the ball game down and able to keep everything in front of them, they got a shot. But again, the Bengals could come out of this thing and come into this thing very angry, and they could win. But like I said, who knows? We have to see it. But who y'all got? Pick this game. Who you got, G?
Well, I'm gonna pick the Cowboys because they're playing for more. But I wouldn't be shocked if the final score was 35-38. Because they getting 30. They just gonna give up 35. I mean, they go listen. You ain't slowing down Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Chase Brown. You're not slowing that down, dog. Them boys gonna get 30. So Dallas better get every possession. They better get points. Because if they get where it's 1 or 2 possessions and they don't get no points, Cincinnati going down there to get some points, bro. Joe Burrow has wasted an MVP season. It's ridiculous the numbers he's putting up. You can't slow him up.
He putting up a bag.
He's a dog.
He putting up a bag.
Joe Burrow is that thing, bro.
Tate, who you got?
They got to fix Cincinnati, man.
Who you got, Tate?
Well, man, I agree with Big G about one thing. Cincinnati gonna put up points. And why would I think Dallas gonna put up as many points as Cincinnati? I don't. The Bengals take the game probably like 31-23 or something like that.
They're gonna score a lot. 30 plus. Book it. You can book 30. Book it. 30 points. They going to Jamar Chase often. They going to T. Higgins often. Wide open.
And they gonna run in Micah with Chase Brown.
Sure is. And they're gonna run screens. They're gonna run screens, man.
Hey,
they screen game is unbelievable.
He said Joe Burrow hasn't wasted the season. The trash Bengals defense has wasted him and his
Burrow's season is wasted. It don't count for nothing. He won't even be in the top 5.
The defense did it. He was scoring like 30-some points, like 7 games.
And losing all of them.
And losing a lot of them.
Losing all of them, man. They out there getting killed, man.
He said, I think Tomlin is working to steal T. Higgins.
No.
I don't want T. Higgins. I don't want T.
No, too many soft tissue injuries.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as a one, he's not better than George Pickens than me. George Pickens is younger. George Pickens got the same size. And I gotta roll. I gotta pay Pickens. I ain't saying I'm paying him $35 million, but he can come and get this 3 years, $90 million.
Tate, between 28 and 32, if Emeka Buka's available, do you draft him in the first round?
Depending on what else is available. I mean, I'll take a D lineman, I'll take a wide receiver.
Yeah, I'm with it.
I think Roger Jones looking okay. I do think now that let Dan Moore walk and if Falutani comes in next year as a starter, you got Zach Frazier, you got McCormick, you got Ciamalo this last year. You drafted a guard in like the 3rd round to replace Ciamalo the following year.
My pre-draft analysis for the Steelers. Give me Emeka Buka or 78 for the Michigan Wolverines. He's a dog. 78 belongs in Pittsburgh colors. 6'3", 339 pounds, 4'7", 40-yard dash, and is a dog.
I'm gonna need you to learn his name though.
Streets. His last name is Streets. I think it is. Let me make sure. I only know 78. 78 is a dog.
He
That's
out
all.
there with you. He out there with
Huh?
you in his name. He out there with you
Yeah.
in his name.
I think his name's the Streets, but that boy is a dog. He's a dog. 78 is a dog.
Well, let's go with it, man. Our parting shots today, man. We're gonna start with Tate. Parting shot, man. What you got for me, man?
Man, I don't got too much going on, man. I mean, the Rams just beat the Bills, so the Steelers gonna move to second place. Hope the Chargers win tonight, then we control our own destiny. To what?
We number 2 in the AFC right now. We number 2.
Yeah. If the Chargers win tonight, Chiefs lose, they control their own destiny. Pittsburgh do for home field advantage. That's all you can want is an opportunity to control your own destiny.
Mm-hmm.
So, not much more than that, man. I'm turning to the Cavs game. They was losing. They playing down the Miami Heat. They 20-3. Ooh, they currently down 75-65 in the middle of the third quarter. You watch this comeback until football come on.
Who didn't play tonight for the Cavs?
I think everybody playing.
Did everybody get in there?
I don't know. I've been watching football, but Garland in now, Allen in now. Big G, Mobley scored 41 last night.
I know he was out there killing them.
So
Hey, his evolution is there.
Yeah.
21-3 is y'all's record. So go ahead, Tate.
Yeah, no, that's it, man. Just talking about my teams, waiting to see what the Reds great do during this hot stove league and owners meetings and GM meetings and all that stuff. We're gonna make some moves. I hear we trying to pick up that boy. What's his name? Teoscar Hernandez from the Dodgers, the won home run derby last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just following my team seasons and off seasons. Ohio State basketball got a big win yesterday, and Ohio State Buckeyes gonna take this chip. And I still want Ryan Day out of here.
Wow.
Even after the chip, you want him gone?
The chip, Big G, hold the sign up.
Where?
Adios, muchachos.
I holler at you, Coach Day.
My team's done.
Tate Boy Fresh said he's gone.
Agreed. I want him to be gone. and lastly, I hope a lot of y'all Steeler fans can just find in your heart to stop hating on Coach Tomlin and Russ and everything's working out so well, because I've been around for a few seasons now. There's a lot of y'all that jump off the bandwagon quick, that don't like some of the decisions, but the decisions has led us to 10-3. We probably lost 2 games we shouldn't have lost. So
they closet haters, Tate. They need to stop it. They closet haters. Closet haters.
Because Tomlin is a beast. Russ is getting some of his mojo back. So, that's where I'm at.
Okay. All right, Big G.
Hey, man, thank y'all again, man. I appreciate you guys rocking with us every Sunday, strong every Sunday. We're over 680 subscribers. We're pushing strong to get to the 1K subs. Let's get there. Help us get there. Share a friend, tell a friend. There's a QR code floating around out there. All you got to do is take a picture of her and subscribe to the channel. But we appreciate all y'all, because most of y'all ride with us strong. Now, I looked the boy up. The boy's name is Kenneth Grant, number 78, Michigan. I'm identifying Steelers right off the back. And 78 is a Steeler. 6'3", 339 pounds. He run a 4.7 40-yard dash. We got to have him in Pittsburgh. He causes problems. So you get him, bring him in, and identify him as Cam's replacement as he gets longer in the tooth. Because Keanu Benton definitely stepped up. So I can take the young fella, Keanu Benton, and Cam, and we might have the best three technique defensive line in the whole NFL. My parting shot is this, man. College football playoff. I like it. I like we expanded to 12. I think it needs to be tweaked. But I think that will cause all of this to change will be massive upsets in the first round of the playoff. If there's massive upsets in the first round of the playoff, the Blue Bloods just ain't happening. the blue blood conferences will force the action. And so the SEC and the Big Ten is going to force it. Because if not, if they don't, I promise you this much. If the SEC and the Big Ten don't get both teams represented, both teams in the national championship game, you're going to see massive changes to the college football playoff. If it is not a SEC representative and a Big Ten representative playing for the whole thing, you will see massive changes in the college football playoff because it's really set up for that. It's really these teams count and everybody else doesn't. Everybody else is a little cupcake city and all whatever else. And so that's what the nation wants to see. And if you're driving the product, it's got to be SEC versus Big Ten. That's my final thoughts, man.
Love it. Love it. Again, I want you guys to I need to make sure that you guys know that you are appreciated. Everyone in the chat, Dub Life, Ronald Blake, Dennis Pavlik, Jaime, Craig. Wait a minute. Craig is the new one. Craig Werlo.
Craig been here before. Craig follows on all podcasts. What's up,
okay,
Craig?
well, that's the first time I done saw him. So
yeah,
I'll definitely give him some love. Danny Littlejohn, Tim Lyons, Afton, Chat General, Claude, Dennis Pavlik. Appreciate you guys. Danny Littlejohn, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for rocking out with us, man. And definitely, I don't really have much of a parting shot. G took my thunder.
I didn't know. Hey, I didn't know my bad. Hey,
it's good. It's good. Yeah, man, I don't have much of a parting shot. Only the fact that, hey, look, listen, things happen for a reason. Things that you see that you're going through in your life, they may be weird, they may be awkward, but know that it didn't happen to you by happenstance or chance. None of that stuff. You're not even here by happenstance or chance. Your life was really ordained from the very beginning. You were ordained, you were called, you were purposed to be here and be in this time. You could have been born in any other time in the world, but God chose to birth you into this time and this time period. And there's something for you to do. So as we get ready to go into 2025, I want you guys to not set New Year's resolutions. Don't do that. Set New Year's goals and do it in bite-sized pieces, right? How you set those, do them in a daily fashion instead of doing in a monthly fashion, and just set a goal every day. Just set your goals and the things that you need to do every day. And like I said, you need to first check your priorities in life. If you just list your first 5 priorities first, just put them out on a piece of paper, and then look and see if your actions undergird your priorities. If your actions are undergirding your priorities, then you're doing this thing right. You're living this life the way that you're supposed to live this life. But I need for you guys to know that you're not here by happenstance. You're not here by chance. You're here for purpose and to achieve some things in life. And my last thing that I'm going to tell you, you're going to hear me say this a lot more on our podcast. You do not have time. Time has you. And if you start looking at that differently, you would understand that the time that you have here on this earth, you wouldn't be wasting it, because you can't get enough of it. You don't know how much you have of it. And while it has you, you need to maximize every moment that you have. I'm talking about every moment. You need to make every moment count. And every time you find yourself. So there's a time when you should recreate, and there's a time when you could recreate. You know what I'm saying? Words spell really similar, maybe even the same. Recreation and recreation. But they're two different things. And there's a time for recreation, but there's a time for you to recreate. And you can't let those times overlap. What you need to do is kind of separate the two, and you need to recreate yourself. See, I'm from an era, and I'm from a time where you didn't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. And now labor is different. Labor used to be, so let me tell you why I said that. Because the reason why I said that is because we were so private, we didn't want everybody to know and be in our business. And now you have to understand, with the advent of social media, stuff is different. It's so much different, right? And you have to use social media, and that means that you're gonna have to put people in your business. But like I said, the advent of social media also disconnected time from labor. Used to, I would go give you my time and you gave me your money. That's not how you make money in this time and season, right? That's not how you are making an impact in this time and season. It's disconnected. And you have to be able to move and to do things differently in this season if you want to be successful. Anything that's not growing is dead. And until the day they put you in that box, my brother say he want to be in a coffin that's scarlet gray, and he want me to put a pride stick on it. But until that day, you should be changing. You should be evolving. You should be becoming better. And you shouldn't get stuck in a place of your old growth and your old self and living up to an old nickname that ain't even you anymore. You know what I'm saying? So oftentimes, that was Al Bundy. Al Bundy was stuck in high school. He was his best in high school. Don't be Al Bundy. Be the person that's continuing to get better and better and better and better and better. Improve yourself, but it starts with making daily goals. But like I said, first and foremost, 5 priorities, put them out there, make sure your actions undergird your priorities, and then make daily goals. Daily goals, check them out if you're making them, and check them off if you're not. Be honest with yourself. The worst thing in life to do is to lie to you. You know what I'm saying? The worst thing you could do in life is to lie to you. You lie to everybody else, but don't lie to yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you're checking these goals off that you're doing every day, and you're not just sitting up and being a consumer, don't just sit up and look and scroll through things. Don't just be a consumer. Be somebody who adds something to the song of life. Be somebody who actually inserts something into the atmosphere to change what's going on, because you are a difference maker. I don't care who you are, where you are. If you're hearing this and you're hearing me talk to you, you are important. You are important because God ordained for you to hear what I'm saying. So therefore, you're important. So know that you have something to do. You have a purpose, and there's a plan for your life. Again, I thank you guys for rocking with us, man, and being a part of Know It All Nation. We're going to get ready to get out of here. Any of you guys got something else to say?
Absolutely not. Let's get up on out of here, and we'll see y'all next week.
Hey, man, love you guys. We out of here, and man, we are excited about the college football playoffs, excited about football, and we'll catch you guys next week. Peace.